a chair and join me today. Out in my workshop, I'm tinkering away. Wand above staring down on me. Wonder what my next project will be. Working on my Johnson, my Mercury Mark 10. Firing up my StarCraft to fish again. Grab your friends and your dog is too, to watch Tim's Workshop on my YouTube. Hey, welcome to Tim's Workshop. Out here in the mini shed, going to continue on with the 1947 Johnson 5-horse TD-20 teardown and getting things ready to sand and paint to the original color for the 1947 Johnson motor. Last video we got the head assembly off, and we got the exhaust manifold cover pulled off. We had to drill out a couple bolts. Got that done. Next thing is the swivel that mounts to the transom mount. Okay, what I did, I went ahead and got the parts off because I wasn't sure how to get this thing off properly, and so I didn't want to record all that showing me struggling through it and trying to figure it out. So I do have it off now. The main thing to remove on this large snap ring, bull ring, whatever you want to call it, it goes in this groove here. What I used is my needle nose and just put it in the slot, because once this thing's on there, the slot is larger, right? So I put my needle nose in there and just pushed it away, pushed these two halves away from each other. It just used a screwdriver and got it up over the edge and was able to get it off. So I didn't even need my snap ring pliers, but you can use them, you know, whatever you want to do. I thought it was going to be harder to get off, but it wasn't really that big a deal. So once I got it off, I was able to just pull this completely out, okay? And this piece goes up against here, right? So there's that, there's this. The bushing for the crankshaft to go through, okay? This is actually the water pipe here that goes up into here. It looks like a threaded bushing at the top. Huh, it's interesting. But anyway, I didn't take any of that off. I'm just going to get it all cleaned up. There's the exhaust, goes down through here. One thing I did take off that I probably shouldn't have taken off was this micarta ring here. And it goes up here onto these two rivets, right? So anyway, I popped it off. The two rivets are still there, and now, you know, it's still good. I just need to put it back on. So what I'll do is, I don't think I need this thing off to get the bull ring off, right? So I think, let's see here, just to make sure. Well, I know if I was able to get it off here, I should have been able to get it past this too, just by squeezing it apart. But I don't know. So it's no biggie putting this back on. So what I'll do is I'll have this all nice and clean, right? And what I'll do is I'll take some epoxy and I'll slide it up there over these two rivets, and then I'll put like a band clamp around it until it sets up good, and it'll be back on the way it was originally on. But I think what I'll do is I won't do that until I'm ready to have it on down here, because this part actually, what it's for is to ride here, you know, so it's no biggie. And then these two parts, they sandwich up here against each other like that, which is common to the inside of this. So they're good, just need to be cleaned up. And then this piece, and it has that split bushing here too on this. That'll all be cleaned out too. Well, there's a notch down here, okay, on this piece on the forward side there. So it has a hole through it. So this goes up underneath there, right? And these springs go on each side, and then a bolt comes through there, and that locks it into this piece here. And there's a bolt on one side and a nut that locks into this V right there. We can get all that cleaned up, get all this cleaned up, repainted, the transom. A lot of this stuff can come apart, so we can do that. We'll leave these together. Get the carburetor, tube, the gasket, all the bolts will get all cleaned up with the wire wheel. And the head, new gaskets on the exhaust cover. This is two-piece. I'm going to head and I got to get this apart. I'll have to put this in a vise right here, and that way I can get on here to pop these loose. I might have to use my impact driver to get them started, so we'll see. I don't want to strip them, so we don't want to do that. I really want to reuse those screws, so we'll be real careful when we do that. So we're ready to start cleaning and getting this motor ready for reinstallation. Now the gaskets, I'm going to have to order the gaskets, the head gasket, exhaust gasket. I got the intake gasket. I made that already, so for the carburetor. So we're good there. And I'll have to get these gaskets. There's one on the inside and one on the outside. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 gaskets. I think that's it. Alrighty.